Welcome back, viewers. You are still tuned into Prime Live, and I'm super excited to be delving into this next conversation, which I know a lot of you are also looking forward to. When we hear the name AWQAF South Africa, we all think about the amazing work and the impact that they have in communities. And today we have so privileged to be able to be joined once again by Hasanain Abdullah, who is one of the key people behind the upcoming AWQAF South Africa Mathematics Workshop that is designed specifically for grade 10 students. Now, this workshop is organized in collaboration with the Department of Basic Education, Waqf, iSkill, as well as Azhar High School in Cape Town. Now, this project aims to prepare students for their maths examinations by offering comprehensive, free and accessible programs for them. Now, with live sessions that are going to be covering key topics in the syllabus, students across the country will have the opportunity to boost their mathematics skills as well as gain the confidence before exams. But let's delve into the conversation to find out more. Assalamu alaikum, Hasanain, and thank you so much for joining us once again on Prime Live.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, and jazakallah for the opportunity. This is where we get to speak about education here in South Africa. We speak about some of the challenges and some of the solutions that we can come up with through unlocking partnerships. Like you rightfully said, that these workshops are hosted jointly with the Department of Basic Education, a few of our partners, as well as a host of schools across South Africa.
I mean, from our side, it's absolutely a jazakallah to every single person who is involved in this incredible project, and the amount of students that are going to benefit from this program is absolutely amazing. Can you tell us what inspired the creation of this mathematics workshop for grade 10 students, and how did the collaboration with partners like you spoke about, the Department of Basic Education, Waqf, iSkill, as well as the Azhar High School came about?
So alhamdulillah, AWQAF's role is to assist our communities, to empower them. We do this through our health project, in terms of providing eyesight to people through our cataract removal project. We provide infrastructure development support. And in education, this is one of our flagship projects that we have been hosting since 2016. We are hosting this because we realized that South African learners in grade 12 perform very, very poorly if you compare to how learners perform in first world countries. So there was a study that was conducted by the World Economic Forum. It was a grading around maths and physics performance. And South Africa is almost right there at the bottom, about third last there. So this is why AWQAF embarked on this initiative to assist learners that have been struggling with their mathematics. And we do know that there is a disparity in South Africa between the established communities and as well as the more poorer communities, and some of the infrastructure at the school is quite poor. And we just heard during the course of the week some reports that the Department of Education will be retrenching some teachers as part of a cost cutting measure. So there's not enough financial resources in order for them to fully carry out their role. So we have the education department. They are under pressure. There are very big numbers in some of the government schools, and some of the educators are overburdened. So this is where AWQAF has stepped in with our partnership to provide this workshop. And how we host this workshop presently, this project has progressed in leaps and bounds. So currently we host these workshops during the course of May for the June examination preparation, and we are currently busy with our August edition of our workshop, and we will host this also in October for preparation for the final examination. So it's a very holistic approach to providing support to learner, and also to Maimuna's point that she raised. There are certain adults that are working now, and they are going back to night school to achieve their grade 12 pass. So if you are one of those, why don't you join our workshops? And some of these past workshops that we do have for grade 12 can be accessed via our YouTube platform.
Well, that's absolutely amazing. I mean, there's such a great need for a project like this. As we were speaking about in the introduction, there's so many learners in South Africa, like you said as well, that don't have access to platforms like this, access to extra help, especially when it comes to something as difficult as mathematics. I know I struggled a lot when I was in high school as well. So I love that this program or this platform offers a free workshop to really assist students in improving their marks. And like you said as well, anyone who is returning to high school to complete as well can also join in on this workshop. Now let's talk a little bit more about the workshop itself. Now it spans across 2 full days, that's also covering maths paper 1 as well as paper 2. Could you walk us through what students can expect during these sessions?
Look, one thing for sure that's been part of the magic formula of this workshop is that we are trying to assist learners that have learning difficulties. You know, maths is not everyone's forte or their strong point, and maths is a very crucial subject if you want to get ahead, you want to attain a good career path in accounting, in medicine, in actuary. You know, the list just goes on. If you want a good job out there post school, and to enter into university, mathematics is that gateway subject. So what we normally do is the format for our workshop is very fast-paced, it's very interactive, and we try and make the learning experience fun. So we've got a very competent facilitator in the name of Mohammed Kota, and he's been our implementing agent since inception. And he's got lots of experience in the classroom dealing with mathematics. And yes, on the Saturdays, normally we have maths paper 1, where we focus on algebra. So we'll start at 9 a.m., bright and early, and we'll go all the way to 3 o'clock with comfort breaks, of course. And then on the Sunday, we focus on a very important part of the subject, and this is trigonometry. Certain learners do find this very challenging, so we give them support around trigonometry, geometry, and how we base this workshop is based on past examination papers, and our facilitator is very well aware of the types of questions that normally comes in the examination. So yes, that's a little bit information about the format of our workshop.
No, I love that. I think it's so important for students to be able to access information like this. I think it's incredible, the initiative that is taking place. But what I also wanted to find out, I know that this workshop is also streaming across various different platforms as well. How do you ensure that, the students are remaining interactive throughout the entire process, and how do you make them feel like they're still involved?
So our workshop is it's hosted as a hybrid where we go to a school. We have about 400 learners in that session, and then we have up to about 13,000 learners that log on via YouTube. And OCAF's Maths Workshop and the online edition of it, it's gaining in popularity. Lots of people are joining. You know, some of the learners that will be joining this grade 10 workshop will join us next year, inshallah, for the grade 11. And then finally, they'll end off the schooling in grade 12 by going through our program. So YouTube allows our learners to, as we're going through, working through problems, there is this live chat. So learners are able to acknowledge that they were successful in solving that problem and giving us some feedback. And we have this dialogue with the learners that's in person as well as the learners that are online. And by the time the session ends, at the end of the session by 3 o'clock, we would have created a new family from lots of the participants because they find it so enjoyable, and we've got lots of positive feedback from learners. There is a reality here in South Africa that most learners that maybe they reside in leafy suburbs, they've got access to fast internet, that is fine. They normally stream that via smart. It's no problem. But then we have some learners that live in densely populated pockets in informal communities, and they might not necessarily have access to internet. And we've found that recently lots of teachers are giving up of their time and getting learners together at schools over the weekend and use the school's facilities and the school hall in order to stream the service. So we're finding more and more teachers and schools are coming on board. Teachers are deriving benefit from these workshops, and they are also playing their role to plug the digital divide that does exist here in South Africa. And I do know that, inshallah, in time, through our partnerships and expanding that partnerships, that we will be able to, in future, inshallah, provide internet at certain educational centers that need it in order for them to get access to this much needed resource that's been made available by AWQAF.
I mean, that sounds absolutely amazing. I love to see the growth and how teachers are also now participating in allowing students, or rather assisting students as well, to be able to access the workshops. But now, looking ahead, does AWQAF South Africa have any plans to be able to expand the initiative to perhaps other grades or maybe even other subjects as well?
So we started out this initiative in 2016, and it was dedicated to assisting learners in grade 12. And I think 2 or 3 years ago, we realized that, look, our intervention is coming a little bit late into the system. And this is why we have broadened it up a little bit and opened it up to grades 10 and 11. And inshallah, our future initiatives in the short term is to host educator training workshops to assist specifically maths teachers with new teaching methods. We find that lots of the rote method, the parrot fashion style, doesn't really yield that results and the impact that we need. So this is why there is a need to also upskill teachers, and then they can also be adopted as project champions. So, this goodwill of this project and this intervention spreads across South Africa.
I mean, we absolutely hope so, and we know that it will be incredibly successful. I think that's a really, really instrumental way to be able to expand the project, is to also upskill the teachers so that they are also be able to provide that added support or those, advanced or better learning styles and methods for the students as well, which will also be incredibly helpful in allowing them to achieve higher marks and then also be successful in whichever subject that they are struggling with, particularly mathematics. But in closing, for parents and educators who might be watching us right now, how can they support their students in making the most out of this workshop? And more importantly, if you can also please reshare those details with us for any students who might still be interested in joining either online or in person, can you also share that information with us?
So this coming Saturday, the 31st of August, we'll be hosting a grade 10 workshop at Azhar High School in Cape Town. Please do come through. If you are based in Cape Town, it's in Athlone. It's quite accessible in the southern suburbs. On Saturday, we do Maths Paper 1, and on Sunday, the 1st of September, we will be doing Maths Paper 2. These workshops are free. You do need to register on AWQAF's website, awqafsa.org.za. There is a landing page with details to register. When you do register, the learner is via email. They will get the stream links as these sessions are hosted via AWQAF's YouTube and Facebook platform. Please do visit our YouTube platform, AWQAF South Africa. We've got a wealth of resources, particularly for grades 10, 11, and 12 of some of our past workshops that has been taking place. And we've seen that lots of the viewership of lots of these videos are going up to about 30,000. As we're seeing, lots of learners are using these videos as part of the revision in preparation for the final exam.
Hasanain, thank you so much for joining us once again on Prime Live. And, just in closing, I also want to say that I really commend you and the entire team at AWQAF South Africa for starting and continuing on such an incredible project. I know that it has been instrumental in terms of assisting students with improving their marks and inevitably, leading to their success post their school careers. So I really commend the efforts in continuing on and looking to expand an incredible project like this, and the impact that you guys are having on young people in South Africa is absolutely amazing. Thank you so much for joining us once again this evening.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Viewers at home, that was Hasanain Abdullah from AWQAF South Africa talking about the maths workshops that are going to be taking place to help students be able to achieve their best possible results when it comes to mathematics. Now, if you haven't already, please do go and register on AWQAF South Africa's website to be able to attend. You can attend in person if you are in Cape Town, or you can also join in live via their YouTube page as well. This project has been amazing and has been instrumental in assisting students and providing that much needed extra help to improve their maths marks. So if you haven't already, please do go and check out more information on AWQAF South Africa's website and social media platforms.